Dragonette thrilled fans at Toronto Pride 2010, performing a free show at Queen's Park in downtown Toronto. How does it feel to be at Toronto Pride?
Super!
Xtra.ca caught up with the band for an interview and to get a close-up look at drummer Joel's sexy V-neck t-shirt. Proud of his hairy chest, the Dragonette drummer revealed that he's the band's official cub.
He's the band's cub, don't you think? And he's growing into a bear, don't you think?
No, I can't be a bear yet. No.
You're a cub.
I'm a cub, yeah.
Twink for crying out loud.
Art fag. Dragonette says performing for gay crowds helps sharpen their gaydar. It's the second time the Canadian electro-pop group has performed at Toronto Pride. This year, the band treated fans to a show over 30 minutes long, performing songs from their debut album Galore and their latest release, Fixin' to Thrill. Your albums always have interesting names. You know, we have Galore, Fixin' to Thrill. What does Fixin' to Thrill mean?
It means I want to thrill you. I want to rock your world right now, so fucking give it to me.
How do you come up with an album name? How does it come about?
That's the most fun part.
Yeah.
Or the most agonizing part?
No, that's so fun.
Fun.
Song names, right? Picking the name of a song and picking the name of an album, it's like, that's the highlight of the whole process, I think, as far as I'm concerned.
Did Fixin' to Thrill ever have like a working title? Like, were you going to call it something else at one point?
Album 2. It was called Album 2. Or New Album, as it is still called on my hard drive.
Fixin' to Thrill, as soon as we wrote that song and I wrote that lyric, I was like, oh, I love that. I want that to be the name of the album.
Oh, Beef Milk.
Beef Milk. I want to have an album called Beef Milk.
Clever album titles are just one part of Dragonette's charm. Music lovers praised the band's debut album Galore for its cheeky, hypersexual lyrics about infidelity and promiscuity. Fixin' to Thrill reveals a more emotional side to the band, shaping out the Dragonette experience into a well-balanced affair.
I remember kind of wrestling with the idea of us being like a sex band, in the sense that we wrote some songs about maybe fucking around once or twice, or like once or twice too often. And I think, and also if one paid attention to Tina's lyrics, it was way more, it was more like questioning it almost than living it. And so for me, I didn't make a conscious effort to be something else with our second record, but I do remember thinking like, oh, maybe we have to like bite our tongue, just because it's such an easy rip of us to, like, you can discount a whole song so quickly as just being part of like a sex band phenomenon. Sex is part of, I think, it's part of everybody's lives, and maybe you can devote one album to it, 2 albums, really. I don't even think we devoted 1. So, but we'll probably keep peppering our shit with some, you know, it's hard to avoid it in life, thank God.
One thing I noticed with a couple of your videos, like I think of the Take It Like a Man video, it's like a spoof of a 70s porn shoot or a Boogie Nights sort of parody. And then you guys also made that commercial, You Are
Urine.
Yeah. It was almost like a spoof of those celebrity sex, you know, perfume ads. Is there an element of Dragonette that is almost satirical of sexuality in some ways?
I think the urine thing was just a really, when Tina and Drew, the guy who directed it, came up with that idea, I just thought it was so awesome, because it was like such a great rip of something that the number of,
so ridiculous,
like over-sexualized in particular, like Gwen Stefani coming out of like a shell to like sell perfume, like really, what the fuck is that? But otherwise, satire is an easy, is a really dark road to go down. Like, you become a joke, and I think in our case, like the Take It Like a Man thing, when we made that video, that was like a breath of fresh air, and all the treatments that had been proposed, where everything else was like, Tina was like
whips and chains, and it was like
guys like tied down and
just
getting like waterboarded
ridiculous.
and shit.
Yeah, it was just crazy, and we were like, really, this is what you think when you hear this song? I don't know. I'm really proud of that video. I don't know if it's satirical or tongue-in-cheek or what, but it was fun.
If you could collaborate with anyone at all, who would it be?
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive?
Oh,
dead or
don't
alive.
do the dead thing. Jesus.
Oh, come on.
Okay, why don't we do both? Alive. Start.
Interesting question. I don't know. Who would it be alive?
Dan, that's what you want to say. Dan wants to say Paul McCartney. That's what he wants to say.
Yeah?
No, that would
Dragonette and Paul McCartney?
That would just be like a sitting in the room in awe kind of moment. Prince would be awesome.
Prince?
Yeah, Prince would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then dead, I would choose Freddie Mercury. only because I watched him on the videotape the other day, and he's fucking awesome. And
Dan's dying to collaborate with the guy who sang "You're Beautiful." That one, remember?
Who? James Blunt?
Yeah, James Blunt. That's the top of his list, but we're still working on it. You're beautiful.
And beautiful could be one word to describe Dragonette's fan base. During our interview, a curious onlooker joined our chat to give the band a present, a collection of lipstick red umbrellas.
Hello, Dolly.
Dragonette has the best fans. And for the fans out there wondering when and if Dragonette will ever launch their own fashion line, well, you'll just have to wait.
Me and my friend were talking about that, but I think it's too much responsibility.
I think I'd like to write a new album first.
Dragonette here at Toronto Pride Week. Say goodbye, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Bye, bye, bye. Wow, and dissolve.